Okay. Now after that, we have to we have to reboot that machine after prerequisiting.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And after prerequisiting, rebooting that machine, we have to uh, 1 second. Okay. Now what we have to do, we have to log in with Oracle user. Now after prerequisiting and rebooting, we have to log in with Oracle user. Okay, because we have given the privileges and permission and change and we have changed the ownership of that particular user of one file. So now onwards we will work with Oracle user. So just log in with Oracle user. Now just open a terminal. Now what we have to do, let us see our user one app Oracle file. Okay, directories. Let us go to user one. You can see here our user and group are changed here. Yes, we have changed our user and group as well. Okay, so for that we have login with Oracle user. Now let us get to this location. You can see after unzipping we have this database directory already created. After unzipping,
Yes, sir.
get to this database directory by the help of cd. Now you will see that a file is present here named as run installer. Okay, so we have to run this file. So for running this file we will use dot slash and that run installer name. Okay, by the help of dot and slash we run the file run installer. Okay, and
Okay.
enter it. Now a GUI will pop up in which we have to set some configuration for Oracle software installation. Now you can see here, first of all we have to uncheck this box. Okay, which indicates us I wish to receive security update via my Oracle support. We don't need Oracle support now. Okay, because we are learning things. Okay, so just uncheck it and click on next. Yes. Next we have to install database software. So check this install database software option only. Okay, clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Then click on next. Then we are using single instance, so by default we keep it single instance. Next, here we have to choose the language. it is already selected English, so we have to click on next. We use enterprise edition. Okay, so you can see here it has already been checked here, or it is already been selected here, enterprise edition. So click on next again. Now you can see that our Oracle base appears as slash user one app Oracle. If you remember, I have told you that this directory will become as Oracle base in previous session.
Yes, sir.
So this is our Oracle base. We call user one app Oracle together a Oracle base. Okay, and our software location. It is given here software location. Now this location is known as Oracle Home. Okay, U01 app Oracle product 11.2.0 DB home underscore one. Okay, Oracle Home. We called it as Oracle Home, this location. Okay, so what are the difference between Oracle Base and Oracle Home? So Oracle Base is our root directory. Okay, we we know that Oracle Base is our root directory where we keep original Oracle software, okay, with their versions. Remember, we have kept Oracle software by copying from SF Oracle 11G to the U01 app Oracle. Remember, and after that we have unzipped it.
Yes, sir.
So that is our original Oracle software in zip file. We just kept it in this U01 app Oracle, and
Yes.
that file's version are also present there. Means we are using 11.2 version, 11G. Okay, so we can say that Oracle base is our root directory for Oracle, where we keep original Oracle software with their versions, and it is very essential. Okay, though it is not necessary that we should keep this Oracle software in this location only. You can keep it anywhere, but this is a standardized form. Okay, because suppose you have kept Oracle zip file in C, in drive D, in drive F. Okay, if you unzip it here and there, then you will get confused. That is unorganized way. For organized way, we create one directory where we keep all the zip files or Oracle software files. Okay, so that's why we have created a Oracle on an Oracle base. Okay, and coming to Oracle Home, what is Oracle Home? So after installation, after we install this software, Oracle Home is created. Means this path will be created. Okay, after installing. Okay, so it is a software or it is a directory into which all Oracle software is installed. Okay, means inside this directory, all the software packages that are present in that Oracle file, that will be kept here. Okay, all directory location where the products are installed, we can conclude it like this. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
This is important. This is asked. This question asked in maybe interview. Okay,
Sir, the
so
Oracle Home last part, please say again, sir. Just copy, written down.
simple. It is
La-
basically a directory into which all Oracle software is installed. Okay, which consists of directory location where all the products are installed. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now coming to our screen. Now click on next. After that, there is an inventory directory. It is also created. Okay, user one app Aura inventory, and its group name we can keep by default O install because it is a primary group. You can change it from here as well. Okay, I am keeping O install. Okay, better keep O install. So what is Aura inventory? It is a location, okay, where we store informations about what? About all Oracle software products that is installed and all Oracle home on a machine. Okay, means there will be some information present regarding Oracle software products and home, Oracle home. Okay, clear? What is Aura inventory?
So the information present regarding Oracle software and
And Oracle home,
okay,
Oracle software products, not Oracle software. Okay,
okay, Oracle software products.
because after installation we have product, we have to use Oracle software's product. Okay,
Okay, sir.
now click on next. Now here is our another groups, so let us keep it. You can change it here, but I am keeping it by default, whatever is selected here. Okay, click on next. Basically it is our secondary and tertiary groups. Now in this step you will see that there are some of the packages which is failed to install. Okay, you can see here, but if we remember four number step of prerequisite,
Yes, sir.
this is the thing here. If we run that prerequisite, then what happens here? There will be a less packages failed here. Okay, there will be little bit of packages present here which got failed. But if we not run, then you can see that there is a uh, there is a sum of packages which got failed. Okay, so we don't have to worry about it. Just at the top of the pop-up that is appeared, you can see ignore all option. Okay, after at the top of fixable or status column. Okay, just we have to ignore all. Okay, just click it, ignore all. Okay, we don't need anything. Okay, just no worry, ignore all. That's why I was telling that uh, you can skip step 4 of a prerequisite, or you can run it. No worry, no problem. Okay, so that's why I have said that in the next steps we gonna ignore it, all the things that will get failed or something like that. Okay, so just at the top check on ignore all, and after that click on next. You can see all the packages get ignored. Yeah,
Yes,
so
sir.
just next, one second. Okay, now after ignoring all, we have to click on finish. Okay, and you can see our product will get installed. It will take around 5 minutes. Okay, and here uh, when it gets to 94%, it will get stopped, and it will say that there will be two script. Okay, so uh, we have to run that two scripts at root as a root user. Okay, so let us complete that 94 till 94%, then it will appear. Okay, let us see that what are our two scripts here. Okay, our scripts will appear like this. Hmm, something like this. This is our first script, and second script is product 11.2.0 something, and dp home underscore one, and root.sh, something like that. Okay, these are our two scripts which we have to perform or run on uh, root user. Okay, and why we are running these scripts, why it is asking me to run this script. So let us get to first. Now in aura root.sh, aura inst root.sh, we are running this script because you have seen that previously our aura inventory file is creating, directory is creating or not. Previously we have seen in the same process. I've told you that why we are running what is aura inventory, which keeps all Oracle software information and products as well as Oracle home. Remember?
Yes, sir.
So that keeps, that aura inventory is keeping the information. So for that we have to create that aura inventory location. Yes or no? Yes or no? What happened?
Yes, sir.
Any question?
Yes, sir. Means while installing this software, this
Hmm.
inventory is means defined automatically. On that step,
Yeah, that is the thing that we have to I have told you that previously in previous step that one aura inventory file is creating u01
yes, sir.
u01 app
Yes, sir.
aura inventory is creating or not, and I have told you about that. In this directory what will be there, all the information of Oracle home and Oracle software products. So for that, we, for it is creating, then how it will be created? It will not automatically will be created. It will be created when we run this script aura inst root.sh. Okay, by running this script, we, first thing, why we run this script, for while we running this for we run this script to create aura inventory. Okay, first point is our that by the help of aura inst root.sh script, we create the inventory file. Okay, and second, now what happens, we are running this script, we have to run this script in root. Okay, because we are creating something. For creation purpose, we have to do it in root super user. Okay, so we are creating this Aura inventory file. Then what will be its group and user?
Root and root.
Root. But you remember that our u01 directory, and inside it all the directories and files, what are its user and group?
Yeah, Aura install and O install and
Our user is Oracle and group is O install. Yeah. So these are two varying each other. There is a difference between. Yeah, I've told that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what happens here? There is a difference between the two users. That means Aura inventory has root user and U01 has Oracle user. So there will be a restriction.
Oracle.
Yeah. So for
Oracle.
that we have to change it to Oracle as well. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So by running this Aura inst root.sh, even it also creates the file, and also it changes the group name and username of that particular Aura inventory directory. Okay, it changes that group name from root to O install. Okay,
So it's changed
so
automatically.
yeah, by running this, not automatically, by running this, it will change. Okay, first it will create that Aura inventory and it will change its group name as well. Okay, now root.sh, you can see here this there is a second step, and this is very important script. Okay, if you not run this script, then your database will not able to run. So our second thing, why we run this root.sh. Root.sh basically, first thing, it sets Oracle base. Do you remember our Oracle base is? What is our Oracle base?
the
What is our location? Location.
U01 app Oracle.
User one app Oracle. Okay. It sets Oracle base, then it sets Oracle home. Remember what is our Oracle home?
So U01 app
You have to
app.
remember these things. Okay, Oracle base, Oracle home. That is user one app Oracle product 11.2.0 DB home 1.
Yes.
Okay. And with this, it sets environment variable as well. For working in database, we have to set environment. Okay. Without setting any environment, we cannot.
What is environment variable?
I'm telling you that
Okay.
environment variable is Oracle SID, which we'll be getting by creating database. Okay, all database has its own SID, unique SID. Okay, then this Oracle home is also an environment variable
Okay.
where all the packages resides. We have to tell the database that in Oracle home the packages are there, you can use it from this location. Okay, and its path as well, that means this user one app Oracle. We know that in Oracle home there is packages database. We have told told to database that we have packages in this Oracle home. Now where is this Oracle home? Oracle home, generally we have to get to the following paths to reach the products. For running the products, for using that product, we have to get to that location first. So that path we set there, so that our database, if it needs some packages to run, then it can go directly to that location and take that packages and run there in their prompt. Okay, so these are some environment variables. Okay, and second point, it is very important point. that it creates /etc aura tab file. Okay, this is very important file. By running root.sh, /etc /aura tab file will be created. And what is this etc aura tab file? Why it is so important? It is very important because all the database and its location is present in this file. Okay, all the database that will be created, that we will be creating in next step, all that database information will be present in this location. Means it's a location where this database files are present. For a database, there are many files created. That is something like control file, redo log file, data files where all data resides. So for that purpose, one location is assigned to all the databases. Okay, where all these files are kept. So that information is also present in this etc orata file with database names as well. Okay, so that's why we can we we have I have told you that this etc orata file is very important file. Clear? Any question? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Clear, everyone? Is there any question regarding this?
After installing the software, means your desktop, no icon is there in your desktop.
It is not installed yet.
Okay, means it is running still
Yeah,
now.
it
The
is running in background, but due to some process, it gets something like hang. Okay, it is in hang process. Okay,
okay
if
means
you not use, if you not perform anything in this while installing, then this scenario will happen there. Okay,
and
so not to worry about. You can see after
yeah,
waiting for some time, it gets automatically appeared for me. Okay, log in again. You can see it gets to 94% now. It will take 1 minute actually, and our script will appear, and after that we will performing that script or running that script on or root user. Okay, clear?
hello.
Yes.
Yeah, we logged in with the Oracle user. So how can we run the script as the root user?
For that we have to get to that root user, and we have to run that. I will show you how to get to it. Okay.
Sir, what you say after that? I just disconnect my net. Anything you said?
No, not important. You can see our script is
Ready to run.
here. Okay, that is same that I have written in the text. User one app aura inventory aura inst root.sh and user one app oracle product 11.2.0 db home underscore one root.sh. Same. Now what we have to do, just here open another terminal. Okay, how we can open it? Control Shift T. Okay, we will get another terminal by using the shortcut key Control Shift T. Now we have to log in with root. Yeah, so
In second terminal, hello
yeah,
sir. Yeah, from first terminal we generate another terminal, and
yeah,
on second terminal we are means doing the script running.
yeah, because in first terminal our Oracle software is performing, so that's why I'm not using that. I am using another terminal for that. Okay, So now we have to log in with user, then we have to switch to that root user.
Root.
So for switching it, we use a command su, which means switch user. If you use su and enter, then you can get to, it will ask me password. It is understandable that after giving su and enter, you want to get to the root user. Okay, you want to log in with the root user. But if you want to log in with another user, but it is not super user, then you have to give it su and after that giving a space and that username. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
for logging with root user, you can use either su command or su space root. Okay, by the help of this command you can log in with root user. But for login with another user, suppose I have one more user named as abc. So for logging with that, we have to write it here abc. You cannot give only su and enter. Always if you give su and enter, then it will ask password and it will log in with root. Okay, so for login with root, I'm just login with giving password oracle. You can see here now what happens here. Our or oracle prompt changes to root prompt. You can see a difference. This sign, dollar sign,
Sir, I
represents,
have a question. Yeah,
huh?
yeah. I want to ask about the dollar sign and hatch sign. When you use the oracle, there is dollar sign.
Huh.
When you use the
Me,
root user, there is the hatch sign.
if there a dollar in the prompt, okay, then it will considered as oracle. Okay, and if there is a hash as in the prompt, then we call it as root prompt. Okay,
Okay, sir.
basically when we log in with any root prompt, you will get this hash. Okay, hash symbol in the prompt. Hash symbol denotes root user, dollar symbol denotes oracle user. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now what happens here, we have to run the command. We have login with root user. You can see here our user changes to root. This is root. Okay, now
Yes,
we
sir.
have to run this command, run this script here. So this script we have to run this. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
so just one second. Just copy it here. You have u01 app aura inventory. Okay, then aura inst root.sh. This is our first script. Only we have to write the script. Nothing before this script. That is not no. You don't have to use any OS command such as cd, bi, nothing like that. Just write the script. Use one app aura inventory aura inst root.sh. Press and enter. Okay, our execution is complete. Now our second script is u01 app oracle product 11.2.0 db home 1. Clear? And there is root.sh. Clear? Just enter it. You can see our script is complete. Both the script had run. Yeah, you can see. Now get to this GUI and press OK here. Okay. We have, after running this both the script in the root user, just click on OK. You can see our installation of software was successful. Till now, our Oracle software is installation is completed. Okay, just close it. Now, what is your task? That just uh, reboot it. Okay. Now you have completed 3 steps of installation. Now you have only last step. So let us see our last step.
Sir, sir, rebooting the root user, na?
Yeah,
Okay.
rebooting root user, not rebooting the machine.
Machine, yes, I mean to say then root terminal. They change their new terminal. There you can root.
All this init 6, init 0, these are very crucial command. Okay, so for that you have to run it on root user. Okay, we have
Okay.
to switch we have to switch that particular user to root user, then we can
Yes, sir.
use this init 6 command or init 0 command. Okay,
Okay, sir. And
if
one
you
thing,
are
sir, when
if
you
you use init 6 in Oracle user, we have not given that privilege to Oracle user to execute that init 6 command. Okay, I will show you. Let it reboot first.
answer one thing, when you
Yeah,
switch from the Oracle database directory, when you switch the user, then is directly switch to root Oracle database.
directory is not switched. Our prompt
The
is switched.
user is switched.
We are just
Yeah.
switching our user. Okay.
Okay. We work in the same directory, but user
Yeah,
is only the user is switched. Okay.
everything which is in root user, that is also in Oracle user as well. Okay,
Okay.
just permission decides that what are the things which a particular user can use from root user. Everything is present in root user. Okay, you can get to any location, any directory, you can access any file by the help of root user, but by the help of Oracle user you can use only that files which root has given permission for it. Okay,
Okay.
means
Okay.
uh, I have given the permission of u01 directory to Oracle user only,
Yes, sir.
that we have created, and nothing
Yes.
else. Okay, that means Oracle user cannot create or edit something in another file. Okay, for that you have to use root user.
Okay, sir.
Clear? You can only edit or perform task in only /u01 direct. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I am asking that means uh, uh, while we are means creating the user means previous
Yeah.
day, last day.
Yeah.
In the last step, we only change the permission for that directory. Means so user one app and data,
Yeah.
A- and the means
And we have changed the ownership as well.
okay, means ownership and the permission means read
Yeah.
write execute permission.
First,
Okay,
we have to change the ownership, and second, we have to change that
Change
permission.
mode.
That means we have given user and that we have given 775 permission. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
7
sir.
means
In
s-
change mode command.
yeah, chmod. So in
Yeah.
first 775, in 775, first letter of 7 denotes what? For our permission to user. That means we have given
Yes.
all the permission to user, that is read, write and execute.
Yes.
Now second 7 denotes for group.
Yeah.
That means we also have given the permission of read, write and execute to the group. But
Yes, sir.
in third 5, we have given 5 in third digit, which denotes
Only
our
execute.
others, which is denoted for others. So we
Yes,
have
sir.
given only read and execute permission, but not writing any
Yes.
permission. Means we do not give any permission to edit anything in that file or directory. Okay,
Yes, sir.
clear?
Yes, sir.
I think it got hang.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last step. It is the last step of means installing the.
Now we are going to perform our last step.
Okay. When the system got hang means the virtual machine means what is the way to recover?
Only just wait for some time. You have no option for that. If there is any uh, task which is going on, then you have only option to wait. But you, if there is no tasks you are performing, then you can abort it first and then restart. Okay, just open again terminal. Okay, now we know that all the packages, where are all the packages? I have a question that where are all packages, Oracle packages resides, in which location?
Sir,
So Oracle database.
hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Oracle packages are means in Oracle home.
In Oracle home, very good.
Okay.
So what is our Oracle home path? For getting to that location, we have to use cd command first. Then what is our location? That is our u01, then app, then Oracle. Okay, then product, then the version 11.2.0, then db home 1. Okay, get to this location, let us cll. You can see there are so many packages, means they, so many utility tools and packages are here present in inside it, and either inside it or outside it. You can see there's root.sh script also present here, remember?
Yes, sir.
Now what you have to do, you have to get to this bin location. Okay, so getting to this bin location contains all the utility tools that we need to perform. Okay, you can see here unzipping, these are all utility tools that we have used previous. Okay, so in this you will see here that there is one more utility tool which we gonna use in this step, that is uh, this dbca. Okay, you can see it is created just today. It is created today, September 14, 1914. Remember, while installing that Oracle software, it is created here. Okay, so we will use this dbca utility tool. It is a utility tool which helps us to create a database. Okay, for creating any database, we use this dbca utility tool. dbca utility tool means database configuration assistant. Okay, so for that we have to run this utility tool. For running this utility tool, just give a dot and space, after that dbca. Okay, dot space dbca and enter. One more pop-up will appear, that will be our GUI for database creation.
Sir, for DVC PDN, what is the comment you say?
Just dot space dbca.
Okay.
You can see here, first we have to click on next, create a database option selected, then again next. After that, we have to use by default general purpose or transaction processing option. Click on next. Now here you have to give the database name. Okay, suppose I am giving abcd. Okay, you can see here global database name and sid also. Remember sid? Sid is a system identifier. Okay, it is basically an identification for a particular database uniquely. To uniquely identify any database, an SID is assigned to it. Okay, and SID is full form of SID is system identifier. Clear? So by default, what happens? Global database name and SID name is same. Okay, but you can change it. Okay, you can also change it here by editing in this section. You can change the SID also. You can give another SID name for a particular database. Okay, but I recommend you to keep it same. Okay, when you will learn more about these things, then you can change it. Okay, then you can use it in anywhere. Okay, because it will get confused. You will get confused if you use this SID, if you change the SID name. So I recommend that just keep the same name as you have given in database name as well. Okay, so keep the same name and click on next. Here you have to uncheck this configure enterprise manager. Okay, uncheck it. Next option. Here you have to give an user. There is a super user in the database also. Okay, there is a super user in the database also where we have to give password for it. So I'm giving again the same password, Oracle. Okay, you
Hello,
can
sir.
see. Yeah,
Yeah, means you said super user. Is there any super user name? Means like
yeah,
we use
sys.
Oracle. Sys. Oh,
Sys is our super user for database. We use for login with any database. First of all, we will get to this sys user, and after that, from the sys, we can connect to any user which is present in this sys. Okay.
oh,
Click on next again after giving the password. Click on. You have to check another option because I want to give the same password for all the super user. I have two super user, that is sys and system. You can give different passwords for that, but I am keeping it same so that I have selected the down option and given the same password for that. Click on next. Yes. After that, you have to give a common location for database files. I have told you that our database will all database has something control file, redo log file, data file, where all datas are kept. So for that, we have to give a location where our uh, data files will be in which location we have to give it. So give it here by browsing it. Here you have to just select um, Oracle base, that is a U01 app Oracle. You can see I have selected U01 app Oracle here. Clear? Just click on OK. You can see our database file location will be present in u01 app oracle location, means our in our oracle base location. In our oracle base location, all the files related to database will be present here. Okay, click on next. Here you have to uncheck this specify flash recovery area. Okay, then click on next. Here, very important thing, you have to check this sample schema, because all the data which we will get to see in while we learn SQL, that we will perform in any table, all the commands that will perform in any table, that will be in the sample schema. So we have to select this sample schema. Okay, these are basically previously created tables or ready-made tables that we will use as our rough work. Okay, so click on next. Again next. Nothing to change here. Again click on next. You can see here some informations of database storage here. I have told you control file, data file, redo log groups. I've used this term. You will get to know while if you when you get to the DBA sessions. Okay, you will get a detailed view on that. Click on next and you will get, you have to select on create database option, check on database option and finish. Now click on OK. You can see the summary of your database, what you have selected, what parameters you have selected, and what are the files that is going to be created in while performing these things. Okay, you can see where is our location, something like that. All the things will be present in this summary. Click on OK, and you can see here our database creation is in progress. Okay, so when it will be completed, our database will be completed and our database installation will also be completed. Okay, now after creating this database, we have to log in it also, because we have created any database, but for using that database we have to log in it. Okay, we have to connect that database first. So for connecting there are some steps. Okay, I am writing that steps. First, after completing this database, first is that you have to get to this etc ORATAB file. Remember etc ORATAB file? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Remember etc ORATAB file where all our database information present here? So by using cat etc ORATAB, you will get that what is our database present in this machine. What are the databases present in this machine? Means I have created ABCD. You will be able to see ABCD database only. Okay. Now second step. By the help of this etc ORATAB command, cat etc ORATAB command, you will see if suppose there is new machine. You don't know that what are the database name present in this system. Then for that, if you execute this command, you will get the all the information related to database for connecting purpose. Okay. Second option, second step is that you have to set environment. For and setting environment, you have to use dot space ora env command. Okay, if you execute this command, then what happens? Our environment variable will be set, means Oracle environment will be set. And what are the things that will be set? That is our SID, that is our uh, home, Oracle home, base, path, this thing. Okay, this will be set because every database need information regarding it. So SID means what? Is this database is present or not? That will be going to see, and if there is present, then it will set it that there is a database named ABCD. In home, you will get that if database is present, there will be home where all the packages are present here. Then it will get set. Then it will get to base where all the Oracle versions and softwares are present there. Yeah. Then it will get set. Then path, it will get to that path u01 app Oracle, that product 11.20 db home, and get to see that all the packages yes are present here. Then it will get set. So these are these all are set by this only one command dot ora env. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now by using this aura env, what happens? It will ask us SID, means our database SID. Okay. So I have given ABCD, so we have to give ABCD present here. Okay. Only ABCD. Clear? And after that, it will set all the parameters. Okay. So let us see if our database process have been completed. Not completed. Okay. Let us see next step. Okay. So now our third step. Let us come to third step. So we have, now we know that first of all everyone need to see that database is our logical entity. We know database is our logical entity. Okay, it is not physical, it is our logical. So this logical entity, to deal with this logical entity, we have to use this SQL. Okay, for communicating any database uh, or database data, we communicate through or via SQL language. Okay, I think you know that.
Yes, sir.
For that we need SQL prompt. For executing any command we need SQL prompt.
Yes.
So for that we use SQL plus. It is also a utility tool which contains all the commands or queries that is stored in SQL that we will use, okay, while having SQL prompt. Clear? For communicating any data in the database, we use SQL. Uh, you know that we use SQL,
Yes, sir.
structured query language. For any logical things, we will use SQL. So in SQL Plus, it is a utility tool which contains all query and command stored in it that we will use for communicating any database's data. Clear? So in third step, we write SQL Plus and press enter. Then what happens? It will ask us username. Okay. Then we have to give super user here. So super user is written as
Yes.
sysdba. Okay. And it will ask us password. Remember, I have given the password as Oracle same. So you have to give Oracle password. Then what happens? It will connect to database. Okay. I will show you. Yeah, our database is created. Okay. Exit it. Now I will show you how to connect it. So here first step is to check is our database is present or not by using this command. Enter it. You will see at the bottom ABCD is present, visible, and where is our where its packages are in the Oracle home. Yeah. So from that I get the information that our database name is ABCD. So next step is aura env dot aura env. Click on this. It is asking me Oracle SID. I have given SID same as our database name. So I am giving ABCD. Enter it. You will get to see that our Oracle base for Oracle home is Yeah, means this is set. Okay. SID is set, Oracle base is set, path is set, Oracle home is set. Clear?
Okay, that means all the steps are done
Yeah,
after.
in by using only .orainv command and giving the SID to it. Okay. Now we use SQL plus, enter it. You can see it is asking enter username. Then we will give super user sys as sysdba. Okay. Enter it, asking password, Oracle, enter. You will get to see it is connected to Oracle database 11G, means it is connected. Now our database is open. Okay, free to use. Now
One
from
thing.
here,
Hello,
yeah,
hello, sir. Means
yeah.
sys as sysdba or sys means username is
N-
sys and system.
SysSSDBA. We use this SysSSDBA. Okay. Basically, our super user we called it sys, but while giving it to this username, we give full name as sysDBA. Okay.
Means while using the username, we have to use sys as sysdba.
Yeah. For now, you can assume that sysDBA is our group. Okay. For now, you can assume that this is our group and this is our user. Okay. And after getting old, you will get to know what is sys. Okay. Now, what happens here?
SQL
Uh,
is there.
okay. So again, I am logging in.
Sir,
Yeah.
what is the SUG command? The database close is shown.
You will
Sorry.
get to know more detail about SHU command in DBA sessions.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Basically, I am shutting down. Okay. Now you can see here while connecting it, you will see here it is written connected to ideal instance. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Previously, what happens? It is already connected previously, but now it is saying that it is connected to ideal instance. What does this means? Ideal instance. It means our database is in closed mode. We have connected though, but our database is in closed mode, and our background process is not started yet, and no memory is allocated to anyone. Okay, we have to allocate some memory. We have to start some background process. We have to open the database for communicating with databases data. Okay, so for that purpose, we have to make the database in open mode.
Yes, I
So
mean it
for
is.
opening it, for starting this database, we have to use startup command. Okay, give us startup. You can see our Oracle instance is started, and that means our background process is started, and these are the memory that is allocated by default. Okay, and our database is open now. Clear?
Yes,
You
sir.
can see here. If always remember, if here it is showing that it is connected to an idle instance, then you have to give startup. If there is nothing like that idle instance, you don't have to give startup. Means it is already connected, just like here at the top. It is already connected here. Yeah, Oracle database 11G, that is of version this, are already completed. Okay.
So if it is already connected, then instead of Oracle ideal instance, the showing the is connected, na?
Yeah, if there is giving us that connected to an idle instance after giving the username and password of super user, then you have to start up first, because it means our database is in closed mode, our background process is not started yet, our memory location is not allocated. Okay.
Okay.
So, and if there is not, if while giving sysdb and password, and there is not giving us that it is connected to an ideal instance, that means it is giving Oracle database 11G enterprise edition, something like that. That means our database is in open mode, background process is running correctly, and memory allocation is also given to all of them. Okay, that means we don't have to give startup. Okay,
Okay.
only if this option presents, then we have to give startup. Otherwise, no need to give startup. Okay, now for connecting any user, you have to give connect command. Okay,
Okay.
and some of our user is HR and Scott. This is our sample schema that we have selected in database creation time. Okay, so for connecting Scott, remember this is our Scott username. It is a Scott that is present in our sample schema, and it is asking us password. Then its password is Tiger. Okay, for Scott, the password is Tiger. After writing it, you can see it is saying the account is locked. Okay,
Yes, sir.
Sir,
yeah.
sir, this username from where we generate or is default, sir?
This
In
user
in
we have already created by checking the sample schema option in while database creation time.
Okay.
We have
Hello.
checked one option, that is sample schema. Remember?
Yes, sir.
So that
Yes,
sample
sir. Yes.
schema, this Scott user is present in that sample schema. Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
If we uncheck that, then our Scott user will be not present here. Okay.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, we are in sys means after logging as sys user.
Mm, mm.
In that sys user, we have to give the means Scott username or
Yeah.
outside Scott
We
we can
can
use.
only we can connect any user via super user. Okay,
Okay.
so first of all we need to connect with super user.
Every time super user, after super user we can
After
connect
you
other.
super user, you can connect to any user. Okay,
Okay.
so now it is showing that our account is locked, so we have to unlock it first. Okay, so for unlocking it, there is one command I will tell you now if you have time.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first of all, what happens here, for seeing that in which user we are in, we use show user command. You can see what is our user.
Start, start.
There is no user. We are in, not we are no, we do not reside in any user right now, because we have log out from our super user as well and normal user as well.
Scott
Okay,
user.
so for that we have to connect again with super user first,
Yes, sir. Sys as
sys
sysdba.
as sysdba, then Oracle password connected. And now in super user, we know that all super user can give anything, can create anything. Our super user is very powerful, means he can do anything. So you can see that our Scott user is locked account, its account is locked. For unlocking it, we write a command in super user. Via super user, we can unlock the account of Scott user. Okay, for unlocking it, we use a command, that is alter user. Write this command. Okay, alter user, then username is Scott identified by, we have to give password, that is our Tiger is a password. Then give account unlock, and after that just click on, just we have to give semicolon. So this is our command for unlocking the Scott user. Okay, you can see that this is our SQL command.
Yes, sir. Alter.
We are giving in SQL prompt. Okay, so enter it. You can see user is altered. Now I am connecting to Scott user again, Scott and Tiger password, and enter. You can see
Hello,
now it is connected.
hello, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah, while we use con in SQL prompt, that means we are
con means connect. Okay,
yeah that means we are log out from sys user and try to connect with another user.
from
Means
this user we can connect to any user. Remember that. Okay,
Yes, sir.
First we have to get to the super user, that is our sys user. Then after that we can connect to any user. We cannot connect first with Scott user. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
just follow this step. After, in the DBA session, you can see that you can connect to any user by using some links. Okay,
Hmm.
just remember this basic thing first. We will just with uh, with some time you will get to know everything. Okay, a little bit late. Okay, you can see now it is connected.
Yes, sir.
So this is our total process of installation and connecting to database. After that, we can use SQL commands for
Data.
any, for data purpose. Okay, for communicating with any data. So any questions regarding it?